right, we are live. We are going to jump in to my little special screen here so you guys can see what I am working on. I'm going to throw in a test into the chat, make sure everything's working on my end. Look at that. You can see it. Chat pops up on the Etch-a-Sketch, so chatting should be a little more interactive. But yeah, we are going to work on some pixel animations. I'm not great at this, but we're going to work on it. So the way the thing that I'm using is pixelart.com. This is their drawing little in-browser thing. You can, zoom in, click on each individual pixel if you want to. It's very ad ridden, which is something I don't like. But if there was one thing I would change, would be like a one-time fee. Like I'd pay like $5 once to get rid of all the ads, but I think it's like a subscription. But so I just use it for free. So every once in a while you'll see me minimize those ads away. Another thing is the controls are very finicky. They're not bad. You have to make sure you are paying attention to what you are doing. But yeah. All right. So we are going to do a jump animation. And I think I shared the jump animation. Hey, Clawley, what's up? How are you? Doing some stuff for the channel. Just doing good. You? Yeah, I'm doing great. I am, we went to a potluck for my wife's work yesterday at her boss's house, who has a pool, so my girls swam for like three and a half hours straight. It was pretty cool. It was pretty fun. And then today we did nothing, and it was fantastic. But yeah. I'm currently trying to think through how I'm going to do this jump animation. Gotta think through it a little bit. Yeah, so I'm using mMrRetro to kind of, so I took one frame of the mMrRetro animation of him just standing, and I'm going to use that and base it for the jump animation. So what I'll do, essentially, is I can copy this frame, and then whatever I change... Oh, I hate this. So let's say I put like a black circle or something. Oh, let me do this. You should jump with one fist up like Mario. So I actually, funnily enough, I'm basing his jump animation on Mega Man. So, yeah. So, and then I can hit preview, and then it switches between the non-circle frame and the circle frame, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so yeah, he's gonna be based more on Mega Man, and let me see if I can find it. I made a post that had those sketches. Where did I put those sketches? There we go. Let me save image. Boom. Boom. And let me open up something in here. Oh goodness, why are you so big? Why are you so big? You don't need to be that big. You're nowhere near that big. There we go. A little bit more reasonable. So we are gonna really try and do some of the jumping on the far left. And so he's based more on Mega Man. And I'll fix his face because his face looks weird. His face looks very strange. His run is going to be based off Sonic, where it's like those kind of spinning circles. And then the bottom right one, where he's going to be shaking his head left and right, that's eventually going to become an animated emote. That's kind of my plan for that. And it's going to be like a disapproval one. So yeah. All right. What is happening? All of these ads just drive me crazy. Anyway. But yeah. So this is going to be pretty much like it's just going to be making stuff for the channel, which is exciting for me. All right, so let me remove that, and then all right. There we go. Okay. Got my reference off to the side. Alright, so we are not going to change too much of his anatomy. But we are going to change the... Oh no. Go back. We are going to change the orientation of some of this. So his jump will come off of this leg here. Be his right leg, our left side. That's going to be come off there, and this is going to be the leg that raises up. So the way I'm going to do this is we are going to remove his arms. We are on the second frame. We're going to remove his arms and just move them away from his body. Like that. And that's okay that we took a little bit of the pantalones. Alright. So this leg is going to remain essentially unchanged. We're going to angle the foot down a little bit. But essentially what I want to do is make the final frame, and then we'll just do all the frames leading up to it, or all the frames in between. And I like to use the selector tool, that way I can keep as much as possible without having to redo things. Oh, thank you. So like, if I didn't do music, I would have done something in art, maybe. Like, I don't know. I like to do a lot of different things. So, learning about different, how to operate in different art mediums has been a lot of fun for me. Because, like, I'm new to this space. Even though I like this space, I'm very new to it. So we'll go about right there. And then we'll take black. And then let's shrink the pixel size down to 4. Go about like that. No, that's too far. We're gonna erase that part later. That's too far away. But yeah, I'm very new to this. And so it's been just like a constant stream of learning, which is a lot of fun. And just got back into playing your guitar. Something of being creative, artistic is very calming. I agree. Like, I literally, you say guitar, I have my guitar right here. And I keep it next to my computer in the hopes that I will, you know, just kind of play more. And every once in a while, I'll get kind of an itch to play something. It's usually just like I'll hear a song and then I'm like, ooh, I know the chords for that. Yeah. Telling you, if you're ever in Missouri, just come on up and we'll jam. If ever meet, yes, we were thinking the same thing. We'll have to jam. We'll have to make it a thing, you know. Make a thing of it. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can have a little bit more control. Okay. See, that looks too skinny. We need to thicken up this groin area. And I will make no further comment after that. I was about ready to make another comment. That's a little better. Yeah, I got, you know, I'm a very meaty person, so I gotta make him a little more representative of his inspiration. I do. And it's one of those things where it's like my Achilles heel. Like, I can't, just because I try my best to not have that, like, in my professional, like, mindset and perspective, that, like, when I'm not in that mindset, it's just, whoom, all the time. It's like a hard shut off. That's not too bad. Now what I want to do is kind of angle this foot down a little bit. So we are gonna do this and just, we're gonna change the tip of the toe just slightly and bring that back like that. Then use the fill to fill that in. And then, where's my, no, there we go. I have to be careful where I point my, my zooming in, because it will zoom me in the wrong, like in a spot I didn't want. It looks weird. It looks very like club foot-ish. I don't like it. It's because it needs to angle with this. Is that more along? Actually, let's just do this. Let's just follow this down. And it doesn't have to be that dramatic, so we'll go down just to there. that back. Which means we're gonna have to cut in just a little bit. We can fix this line after. It's just easier with this. So what's new with you, Miss Clawley? How has life been? Aww. Was this the I know it's none of my business, so please tell me if if I'm prying too much. But is it the same person with whom you were hanging out with before? It's all good. He was looking for something you're not offering. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna say that it's his loss. I'll just go with that. So we're just gonna use this for the general shape of the arm, because it's, this isn't really what the arm is gonna look like. And when you rotate it, it gets all wonky. That's too bad. Hopefully any other future romantic interactions go better for you. It's his loss. I'm a delight. That's the way to be right there. I like it. This is pretty much just to get the hands where I want them to be. Just right above the eyes. Yeah. Because he's a thick little retro. Well, hopefully, while it lasted, it was fun. In whatever way it needed to be fun. But that's too bad. It was fun. He was a great guy. It's good, and it's good that you still have. At least I guess it's nice to hear that even though things didn't work out, you can still kind of unload compliments in that person's favor. Does that make sense? Because I know sometimes when people split up with someone, even if it's a shorter relationship, things get pretty hostile or just not very nice. I don't know if I want to do any detail lines like that. We'll leave it bare for now, and then we'll come back to it. go. Zoom out. It's not too bad. Okay. We're going to come up here because this line is not great. And you're about right there. So what I want to do, 100% give another chance to be called a chauffeur. You know, I imagine I would be like that too. I don't know. Like, I'm also a person who doesn't like to intentionally hurt people's feelings anymore. So like, if I knew that like turning someone down would hurt their feelings, I'd be like, no, you're great. You know, but being married, it's different because I'm just like, go away. I don't like this. Also kind of dumb. That's not nice, Clawley. Don't call yourself dumb. That's not very nice. Being kind isn't just for other people, it's also for yourself. Not nice, but true, sadly. Oh, goodness. I don't even know what to say to that. Like, I don't like to call myself dumb, but I will say that I'm a very naive person. So sometimes the social cues of certain things will escape me. Or I was a pretty gullible kid. And so it's really made me very skeptical of things now. So I'm a fairly skeptical person by nature now, but still fairly naive. Wrong color. Oh, you're super naive. I mean, sometimes it just happens. Like, you don't mean to be naive. It just, you get like that sometimes, you know? I like to think of it's because I am a very trusting person that it kind of gets represented in being naive, in naivete. Way too trusting, yeah. And it'll be tough, especially like, and I'm, you know, being naive as a guy is very different than being naive as someone who's, you know, feminine presenting or a woman. Like the times, like, because when you're a guy and you're naive, girls will be like, oh, that's so cute. But like, if you're a girl and naive, sadly, men usually look at that as an opportunity for things that don't need to happen ever. He looks like the letter Y, and I don't know why he looks like the letter Y. His arms are too... Yeah, his arms are too long. So let's shrink them down. Nope. That looks broken. Come down to about there, maybe? That could work. There are way too many guys out there that are good at misleading and manipulating. Yeah. 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 I could, yeah. It's one of those things where, unfortunately, men have kind of been taught that if you can, a win is a win, and the conquest, feminine conquest is a thing that has to be won. It is unfortunately the thought process of a lot of guys. Running out the hard way, unfortunately. That's too bad. That is no fun. I always feel, this is like a complete change of subject, but like looking at the skin tone that I choose for like my avatars and stuff, I always feel like, I'm like, okay, if I, like, this to me is a relatively like, oh, it's kind of a peachy skin tone, but every once in a while, because I use the dark brown, I'm like, does it look too dark for my real skin tone? Then I look at like my camera and I'm like, oh, there's a lot of light shining on my face. I am kind of reddish normally, but I'm very pale. Uh-oh. I'm very pale, but like, I don't know. Like, but I also want to show some, a little bit of life in these so they don't look like animated pieces of paper. Think the tone looks good? Okay. Oh, Clowley, I'd never asked your opinion. What do you think of my setup here? My this whole chatting screen with my cam and where the chat is, stream chat is, and where the computer stuff is. I went for like a kid's desk era area from the 90s, but he didn't clean up anything kind of vibe. I like it. It's unique and fits your brand of retro gaming. Thanks. That's kind of what I was going for. Like, I don't really see a lot of big interactive kind of things like this. It's all like neon lights and stuff. And so there is another Twitch streamer that I watch sometimes. Her name is Weaselbeth, and she has it looks like an older desktop computer. They're kind of chatting, and they're chatting stream with their webcam and Twitch chat. I think it's perfect. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, so I kind of was inspired a little bit from them with that. So, and they're fun. They're a hoot. They yell at their chat for donating and such. They are a lot of fun. They do a thing called Stream Doctors with another streamer whose name is Red Sonja, who does like a lot of retro games and stuff too. And she's actually from the St. Louis area. So I found out about Red Sonja from the St. Louis Twitch community Discord, because I joined that after I started going to Mo Game Con. And then I saw that they do Stream Doctors where they give like advice to streamers and such. So yeah, they kind of helped me out, and I put up my stream for review, and they gave me some critiques and some suggestions, and yeah. trying to smooth out where rotating the arms made it look all wonky. But yeah, they're a lot of fun. Red is really fun. She does like speed running. She is very, very good at that. And very like ranked in Cuphead and speed running. I'm not into speed running, but like I respect it. I was never a person who's like, let me play this game as fast as possible. But I totally get why people like it, though. That looks a lot better than before. Retro looks like a cheerleader. Retro, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. Go, 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 go. Oh yeah, I agree. It is fun to watch. See, his leg still looks a little thin. I don't know what it is. Maybe we got to thicken this boy up. We got to give him the thickness. Bring him thunder thighs. Yep. There we go. Oh, Clawley, I wanted to ask you something. Do you watch Stranger Things? Oh, he looks a little thicker there. That's much better. Let's fix these hands. Watch the first season? Okay. Well, there's a character in the second season who gets introduced, and it's Dustin's girlfriend, and she's Mormon. And it reminded me, I was like, oh man. And then this latest season, they kind of touch base with her, and it's a lot of fun because there's like a bunch of kids. It's like kind of like the typical, the stereotypical kind of idea of Mormon, not like fundamentalist, but like lots of kids in the house, kind of running amok, doing kind of seemingly odd things just because they all have their own interests and whatnot. When Mormon goes, I mean, come on. I don't know a particularly great number of Mormon people. I had a fraternity brother in college who was Mormon, and like he went to BYU and everything. He transferred to Northwest, I think his sophomore year, because he was a little wild. I say probably one of the only ones you know. Yeah, he was a little wild. Like he drank and went to parties and things like that. So like he definitely didn't. I don't want to say he didn't fit in, but it was they didn't miss him. I don't think. in kind of like how he liked to party and stuff and stuff. But he ended up marrying a girl in the choir department and the voice department, and she was raised Catholic. So, and my wife was raised Catholic, so we always had that to kind of like talk about. But they ended up having a non-Catholic, non-Mormon wedding. Just had a non-denominational Christian wedding, which was fun because it was because they were able to actually drink at their at their reception and things like that, and so they were able to kind of let loose and I think have a more enjoyable experience. Yeah, it was one of those things like, in college no one knew anything about like what's a Mormon, but he's a pretty cool dude. He does a lot of stuff for I forget what branch, but he's in the military and he's in one of the military bands. They travel a whole bunch and have to move around a whole bunch from different places. Like they were stationed in Hawaii for a really long time. Like when Hawaii had that kind of false alarm, like missile threat, like they were there for that. And his wife and child were like, she like mentioned it online about how they had to pull off onto the side of the road and like take cover because they thought it was real, like they didn't know what was happening. Oh, those crazy Mormon folk. Yeah, it was one of those things, and like that's one of those moments you're like, oh, that guy's fired, because it was totally an accident. Like it wasn't supposed to be a test that was happening. It was just someone set off the alarm and there was no scheduled tests or anything. Okay. Can you imagine how scary that would have been? Yeah, exactly. Like, especially with a kiddo. Alright, so we are going to do that. He looks so happy. He's like jumping for joy. We are going to copy the jumped frame. So, and then we're going to take this, and we're going to take this. Oh, no. Let's try that again. Take this and then move it down a little bit. Let's change you to 50. Change you to 50. No, let's try it. Oh, too fast. Change you to 100. 100. Now let's try. It's a little better. Okay. So let's copy this one again. We'll go to here. And we'll do a frame in between. Make this a little smoother of an animation. So let's do that. And then we'll mess with the timing. Let's nope. Delete that frame. We want to copy frame. And we will move you down just a little bit more. So what I think I want to do is make this one 200 milliseconds. That way he kind of sticks in the air for just a little bit. And then we'll make all the others like really fast in between. Copy this, move back. He needs sparkles. Ooh, I could probably do that. Frame. Oh, he drifts a little bit. Let's fix that. Boom. Need to go straight down. Trying to think of how I would do. Maybe I'd do like sparkles under his feet. I think that could be cool. He does a little bit of a shimmy as he goes up. He's like, But I can fix that later. I'm just trying to get the point at where his arms are gonna come up from his jump, which will probably be from here. So this will be him down. That was so sassy. I could be sassy if I feel like it. Alright, so let's get a little closer. And then we will. Gotta love Sassy Retro. Yeah! Sassy Retro is a fun retro. I do not have enough adult beverages in me to be Sassy Retro. New emote idea is Sassy Retro. Yes. I'm actually gonna write that down. That's funny. No, this pen is no good. All right. Got it. Okay. Then we can move this leg down a little bit. Move it down like this. And that looks painful. There we go. Go there. Actually, let's cut that over. And then do this. Do the same one again. Go. Boom. Okay. So his arms need to move a little bit too. How do I want to animate the arms? Do I want to... Why don't we do... Thank you. I appreciate it. Why don't we do this? Let's do kind of a out. That way it's like a 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. So let's actually just get rid of the arm. And I'll just redraw it. I think that'll work better. It will likely look a little nicer if I just redraw it. Boom. So let's go out here. And then his shoulders here, so we can do this. There we go. And then we'll move this stuff, the hood part a little bit. Make it kind of move behind it. Go. Boom, boom, boom. Let's do... So I've been catching up on all of the Star Wars shows lately. And it has been okay. It's not been, like, amazing or anything, but it's been okay. Oh, I can't copy it. I'll just go back and draw it. That's okay. They haven't been amazing. I watched Boba Fett just because I haven't yet. And it was fine. Like, I can see why people weren't huge fans of it. Especially with... like, some of the major complaints of, like, the super slow Vespa chase. Which was... It felt so out of place, and there was some overacting that was done in a lot of the... fighting. Like, there's like, a whole point Haven't watched anything Star Wars in forever. Yeah, like, I don't know. There's a point where I don't like watching Star Wars because of Star Wars fans. Like the people who are like, oh, the new Star Wars is bad because it's got women and minorities. And I'm like, well, it is okay to criticize something, you know, but to criticize it for its inclusion, I feel like it's just bad faith, because all you are is just, you're criticizing based on your racism. I'm like, no, it has nothing to do with that. I'm like, you literally just like pointed things out based on racist and misogynistic like thought processes. So like, yes, it is that, because those are the only things you cited. But like, there's things that I enjoy in Star Wars, but there's just, I don't know, there's just things about it that I was like, it's okay. It's a weird reason to dislike something. You know, it is, and it's one of those things that like, the people who obviously dislike it because of those things may not outright say it, but all the things that they're criticizing are based on the fact that, especially like in the new trilogy, like with Rey, because Rey is a woman, they have these complaints about how she's utilizing the Force and things like that. Stuff that's like, well, it's all fictional and it's all made up, so there's not a lot of hard rules for it. But let's just go along with that line of thinking. Do we have that same thought process when Luke was doing the same stuff in the original trilogy? No. I wonder what the difference is between Luke and Leia, or Luke and Rey. Oh, I bet it's the fact that one's a guy and one's a girl. But that has a large thing to do with it, whether you want to admit it or not. Enjoy it for the story. I mean, and even the story's like, the story isn't anything like outrageously amazing. It's fine, and I think it's fine to criticize that story just based on its own merits, but don't criticize it for like it trying to be more inclusive, because like the original's not crazy inclusive. It's a lot of white people saving the universe, which there's nothing wrong with on its own, but when you only have white people saving the universe, it kind of sets you up a little bit. Actually, we're gonna take the easy road here, and we are gonna copy this. That way I don't mess this up. And then we are going to flip it. There we go. And then I will fix all this nonsense. But, so I've been watching Boba Fett, which has been fine. Like, there was like a really slow Vespa chase scene. Like, they're meant to be like the Vespas of the Star Wars universe. They're like speeders that kind of float above the ground, but they are really small, and yeah, they're really kind of small and slow. And there's like a whole chase scene that kind of revolves around them, and it's strange because it's supposed to be kind of an intense situation, and it's not like they were being used to be like to bring humor to chase scenes. Like sometimes you'll see in movies they'll kind of make fun of the chase scene by using a vehicle in a comedic way. Like I feel like if it was with Ryan Reynolds or something filming a chase scene, you would almost expect it to be kind of tongue-in-cheek, it kind of to be silly. But this was treated in a way where it wasn't being it wasn't supposed to be silly. So it was really hard to take it seriously because it felt like they were trying to do a gag. Just from what they were using. But and then there's like a whole 2 or 3 episodes that aren't even about Boba Fett. Like it's about Mando from The Mandalorian, which I found to be really odd. Like it was, they used like a whole episode or 2 to set up what was going to happen in another character's series. Like The Mandalorian has already had 2 seasons, and his next season hasn't premiered yet. But I felt like they used part of Boba Fett's series to set up The Mandalorian's 3rd season, which to me is a really weird prioritization. Like, it's cool that they include characters and kind of show how they're crossing over and things like that. That's great. Like, devote pieces of an episode to that. But, like, they devoted an entire episode except for the very end of it, and then devoted a large portion of the next episode to The Mandalorian. So it was just really strange. I guess I just didn't understand what their intent was for doing so. Oof, that line is rough. Alright, let's see this. It's not too bad. Alright, so let's make you a longer one here. Make you short. Make you short. Short. Filler episodes? Maybe, but like they were pretty important to Mando's story from The Mandalorian. So it felt kind of odd that they would focus so much on it. There we go. How's that look? I feel like I should do something with his face when he jumps. Like maybe raise his eyebrows. Because I think they do that in Mega Man. Like his eyebrows go up and his mouth goes open. Yeah, I see that too. Let's just move him over. Oh, no. See if we can. Ah! Keep him in line. You can't like use like the arrow buttons to slowly move him either, which is kind of a drag. And if you look, you can see the frame before it as like a layer underneath, which is super nice. So it helps with lining things up a little bit. Now let's see that. There we go. That's a lot more. That's a lot more in line. He does kind of drift right from the beginning. Yeah, right there. Move you over just a tiny bit. There we go. There we go. Alright, so now let's add something with his eyebrows. Let's make his eyebrows raise. Yes, I agree. Much better. So we're gonna copy one eyebrow. Actually, smile with teeth when he jumps. Yeah, we could do that. Okay. I'm thinking about raising both eyebrows up too. So like, you know, kind of like when you're playing a game and you kind of like move your whole face with it. That is kind of my thinking. We're gonna copy, paste. And we're gonna play with these eyebrows just a little bit. Cut out a lot of this. Ooh, Clawley, do you watch Umbrella Academy? Oh my gosh, you're killing me. You gotta watch Umbrella Academy. It's really like it's bonkers. Like, that's all I'll say. It's really, really bonkers, but it is so much fun. And it deals with like kind of like some of the trappings of family and expectations. So it does a really, really good job, I think, of handling a lot of tough conversations when it comes to like the expectations of family. You don't really watch a lot of shows and movies anymore? That's fair. Let's wax these eyebrows off. And like the whole thing with it like being a family of people with powers, like, yeah, it's important, but it's also not like the most important thing. So like it's just one of those things where the importance isn't placed on their abilities as much. Like, sometimes their abilities will come into play for other reasons, but it's really not like you need to know what their powers are and things like that. Actually, let's cheat a little bit here, and that way we don't have to practice, or we don't have to line up his entire head. Let's just copy the whole forehead. It's a big forehead. It's a big forehead, Clawley. Big forehead. Ah! No. There we go. Does Little Retro have an earring? Are your ears pierced? Yeah, Little Retro has an earring. He has both ears pierced. I have my ears pierced too. I don't have anything in them right now, but yeah, my ears are pierced. It kind of makes him look like a genie, especially with his hair up, like how my hair is up. I pierced my ears. I've only seen you with headphones. Yeah, I got my ears pierced when I left teaching. Initially, it was kind of my like, I need a way to safely have a midlife crisis. Let's go pierce my ears. And it's been something I've wanted for a really long time. And so, yeah. Because you know what, like when I was a kid, you it was very frowned upon to get your ears pierced, especially if you were a guy. Yeah. Irresponsible midlife crisis. Yeah, it was just a little frowned upon. You know, I had friends or family members who had probably made very homophobic slurs when I was a kid if I had pierced my ears, so I just never did it. But now I did it. And it, you know, it's one of those things, it doesn't cost a lot. It's not like I went and bought a sports car or anything. Or, you know, went and contacted a sex worker or something. Of my teeth piercings, a bit non-Mormon of me, to be honest. I just have my lobes pierced. I kind of want to get a helix piercing, but I don't know. Like, I like my ears being pierced. I probably wouldn't pierce anything else, like on my face. It would probably just be on my ears. I don't have any tattoos either. Even though, like, tattoos were never really looked down upon in our house. My mom has a whole bunch. Like, we lost count. My sister used to count her tattoos, and we lost count on my mom at 50. And it's not like 50 separate images. Like, number one would be like a heart, and then 2 would be like something behind the heart, like a leaf or something. Love a small tattoo of your dad. Yeah, most of mine are like ones that have some sort of meaning. Like, I'd love to get my daughter's names in a particular way. Like, I have an idea for it. But I'd also like to just get fun tattoos. Like, I like anime, so I'd want to get an anime tattoo. But yeah, tattoos have never been like taboo in our family, so. But I just I've never committed into getting one though. As a kid, you wanted a lip piercing so bad. I was a big, like, I listened to like a lot of emo and pop punk, and they all had eyebrow piercings, and I thought that was the coolest thing. So I wanted one of those for the longest time. There we go. Eyebrows raise. Right. Now let's fix his mouth area. Let's erase this. And then let's do a black line. Let's go a little smaller. Go one, do this, and then we'll change this to whole white. Boom. We'll do black for this. Oh, actually, let's go back. So I want to do red. tongue. And do this. How's that look? Yeah, it looks okay. Let's copy this face area. Copy. Paste. Paste. Next frame. Next frame. And the next one. But yeah, I now have like lots of different earrings and stuff. Yeah. Look at that. He looks so happy. He looks so happy. Oh, the chat over here is wonky. Is that legible? There we go. It's perfect. On mobiles, and you can read it. Okay, that's fine. It's just when I look at it from my perspective, it's small, but like I can read it. And then I have it in multiple versions, so I just didn't know. All right. Now let's add sparkles for when he jumps. So let's go with the end. And let's see, let's actually make a line for kind of where we want this to stop. So we won't go with a line right up against his feet. We'll do it, we'll do it like right below, like that. Just a couple pixels away. We got to figure out color, shape of sparkles. Sparkles are going to be very, like, we got to be thorough with our sparklage. And I think I just made up that word, sparklage. There we go. This way we kind of have a great word indeed. Thank you. Don't indulge me. But yeah, this will be a great way to make sure that we are not going too far down when we make the sparkles. Okay, so let's go with shape first. Do we want to do like we'll do a color outline instead of a black outline to kind of separate it from the kind of toon nature of Little Retro, but we'll make it like a darker version of the color of the sparkle. So let's start with a circle. And kind of math this out a little bit. Go. Okay, and then we can do this. Sparkly. 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 That's not quite even, but we'll make do. Let's undo that. So out here a little bit. So we've got our wagon wheel. So let's do long kind of points. Like this. We're gonna erase all this because I just figured out what we were doing. We're making a square. We're just making a square. Oh my gosh. Okay. I never claimed to be smart. Not quite even, but that's okay. That'll give it some character. There we go. We'll get in a little closer and we'll clean all this up. There we go. Thank you, Miss Clawley. Starting to like it too. It's very geometric, but we're gonna kind of play with that idea a little bit. I think. I hope. I'm just kind of like creating this without any real plan. So, because you suggested sparkles and it was a great idea, so now we have to make sparkles. So I made this your fault. Sticking this up a little bit. I'm making it your fault, but that also means that, like, you get to take all the credit. If it works really well, it's all you. You would say sorry, but okay, I see how it is. Just to make my life a little more difficult. Oh, this doesn't make my life difficult. No difficulty added. Does it make this animation more difficult? A little bit, but not my life. My life is plenty difficult with job stress and two very outspoken ornery daughters. I'm kind of thinking like a yellowy. So let's actually go with our brand yellow. And then shoot, you gotta try harder. No trying harder. None of that now. I posted a picture of my girls because they wanted to watch Ponyo, which is a Ghibli movie. What else are friends for? Yes, I agree with you. They wanted to watch Ponyo, and we have never sat down and watched it before. So we got to do that, and they loved it. They had it so much fun. I've seen it like once before. When I was younger, but I forget just how fun that movie is. And my oldest, Ellie, really liked it, so she watched it again the next day. We watched it Friday night, and then they watched it again Saturday morning. They just got up on their own and turned on the TV and went and found it and started watching it. I like turning my kids into little weebs. They love Ghibli films, so, and I don't shy away from it, because I think those films are a lot of fun. They do. They watched Castle in the Sky 2 as well, or they watched Castle in the Sky as well this weekend. We watched Howl's Moving Castle, which was Mira's first time watching it. Ellie and I have watched it a few times before, but it was Mira's first time watching it, and she was pretty into it. Anything that has to do with magic is really up their alley right now. So that, and like, you can't beat the voice acting in that. Like Christian Bale as Howl. Yeah, it's so good. For a while, Ellie only wanted to watch My Neighbor Totoro. So I'm glad I got her out of that. Like, that movie is great, but like, whew. I can only I like other movies too. But Mira's watched My Neighbor Totoro once or twice, but she's not as enthralled with that as the other ones. I think you watched that first time when James was doing movie nights. Missed that. Yeah, I haven't interacted so much on Nims' stuff lately. I don't know. He and James kind of rubbed me the wrong way a couple weeks ago, and it just really kind of turned me off from interacting with them. They can be a little condescending, and it was like we were talking about like new stuff in Minecraft and about how, you know, improvements could be made to Minecraft, things like that. And so we're just, you know, making comments and just interacting like that. And, you know, I said something apparently that they thought was completely ridiculous, and like essentially was dismissed and or laughed at. And my take was, I guess, not valid because of that. I don't know. Yeah, and it was Nims and James, and it was just one of those things I was like, you know, it's like an actual concern. Like the whole thing I brought up was like, instead of, because they were talking, and it was something as innocuous as like villager trades. I was like, instead of using villagers in this kind of stereotypical way, why don't we branch away from the stereotypes that the villagers and the iron golems are based on, and kind of make them a little bit more fleshed out. And they were like, what stereotypes? And I was like, well, there's an anti-Semitic nature to villagers and iron golems. And then they were like, oh, you think that just because that they have big noses and they trade for emeralds, that people are going to start treating Jewish people badly? Oh, that Madison. Oh, goodness. A raid? A raid of... Wow, thank you so much. That is awesome. Thank you guys so much. How was your stream? What were you playing? What were you up to? Wow, thank you guys so much. Thank you for the follow. Hey, Shauna, hey. Some technical issues was nice. Just playing some music. Awesome. Well, I'm just doing some art. Yeah. I was just doing some art and just making stuff for my channel and all that stuff. So this is my kind of animation so far. I'm making a jump animation, and I'm kind of forming these sparkles that are gonna go underneath of his jump. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out and joining me. A couple quick things about me. I talk about lots of different things. Right now I'm talking about the anti-Semitism in Minecraft. But no, I like to play retro games and in Minecraft and everything. I like to do a little bit of everything. I even wrote the music for that's playing right now. I am a music teacher, and so I've been like, that's what my education is in, and all that good stuff. And I also like art. Yes, I have lots of interesting conversations. Not all of them are very thought-provoking, like, admittedly. Some of them are, like, a little random. Anti-Semitism in the community or the game itself. Oh, okay. So, kind of getting to that, I was having a conversation about how villagers are kind of based on anti-Semitic rhetoric around people of the Jewish faith. So if you think about it, the villagers, they kind of represent some of the physical stereotypes with the bigger noses and the control of the money with emeralds, with the main currency of trading. Also, when you have a group of scared villagers together, they spawn in a golem, and the word golem comes from Jewish history, and so much so that a golem is formed to protect those of the Jewish faith from outsiders and things like that. So there is credence to that theory, and especially with how the creator of the game, Notch, has kind of been espoused as being as leaning into the far right Nazi rhetoric since selling the game. So I don't think it's a stretch to think that he included this characterization of those within the Jewish faith mistakenly. Oh yeah, scripture in the mouth, I believe. Yeah, there's a lot, kind of a lot to it, and that's just part of it. Like, and it's not to say that the game is bad for it. I think that they don't draw attention to it in a way of saying like, oh, we're going to completely revamp villagers because of that, which I don't know if that would be the right decision. They definitely haven't leaned into it since then. And me not being of the Jewish faith, I can't really speak on it, on like whether I feel like it's damaging, but I feel like the depiction of villagers is a little anti-Semitic, especially when you combine in the fact that they do summon a golem. It's a really cool mythology thing. Yeah, I think including aspects of different faiths, I think is interesting and compelling if done in a tasteful and tactful way. But they kind of make villagers like these dumb NPCs that control the money. I mean, there's even some compelling things with something as recent as piglins. Like, piglins literally trade gold, and there's a lot of swine anti-Semitic rhetoric too. So like, there's little bits where they could definitely do better with how they incorporate different aspects of the game without hurting or being disparaging towards one particular religion or another. But like, that's just kind of, and that's just my very cursory kind of understanding of the game and how villagers are working and stuff. It's a player than a colonialist force in the world, mining for diamonds, especially pointing towards the point. Maybe. I don't know, maybe, like, I don't know if, honestly, I don't know if if Notch or any of the other designers of the game have really thought about it that thoroughly. They kind of leave the lore up for a lot of interpretation. Oops. So I think maybe depending how you view that could kind of change your perception of it. They kind of, because they've never really set down any hard rules for the lore of Minecraft. Like, everything is kind of up for your interpretation, which I think is maybe their way of like keeping themselves safe. Because I'm sure someone has pointed some of those things out in the past. And I think because it's left up to the player's interpretation of how you handle it within the game, that they kind of feel like it might be saving them from any sort of retribution, whether it be necessary or not. Yeah. But thank you for engaging in that conversation. I was just talking to Clawley about how I was frustrated with a couple of people who kind of dismissed that entirely, and kind of made it seem like what I was saying, you know, kind of like trying to speak for me in that instance, and just completely dismissing my take on it. I was like, not so much something I really want to hang around with right now. You know, I think it's fair to. This ended up looking like a flower. I just realized this ended up looking like a flower. But yeah, like I'm always down for like having engaging conversations, even if I don't agree. Like, you know, as long as the conversation doesn't center around the rights of people to exist and to live freely as anyone else, I feel like you can have a conversation that can then end up to agreeing to disagreeing. Keep it and add sparkles. I kind of like the flower too. It doesn't really fit anything. Maybe can I shrink it? Let's copy it and paste it. See if we can shrink it. Oh, the shrinking doesn't get... If you don't get sparkles, you're unfollowing. That's... Well, the shrinking doesn't look too bad. You like my style of conversation? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I try to keep things relatively tame. Ooh, zoomed out, that does not look good. Okay. Well, Clawley, here's the thing. I don't think I can keep the flower. So we have to decide, do we want to keep the flower or try to add in some sparkles? I'll leave the flower there for now. Tough one. Oh, I agree with you. So paste these and try that again. Yep, definitely going to be fixing this real quickly because it looks kind of suspicious. There we go. Go. You know, one of my least favorite things, like especially now that kids do, because of Among Us, like because of gaming culture, they've kind of. So for a long time, okay, I'm kind of spiraling on it. So for a long time, we have been really trying in society to do away with calling things gay when we mean stupid, because it doesn't make any sense, it's hurtful, and it's unnecessary. So I feel like we've been doing a really good job lately, especially like with millennials and Gen Zs, or Gen Xers, and even some Gen Z, in kind of erasing that language from our vocabulary. It's great. It's fantastic. So now the newer generation, which I think is Generation Alpha, I'm not sure. Anyway, with them, they have, because of Among Us, they just start saying, well, that's sus, or you're being sussy, when they mean you're doing things that are like gay, like actually gay. Like you are doing things that they would equate to being that of what people who are gay would do. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, because there are not a lot of like people who are gay don't do vastly different things outside of maybe the bedroom that other people do. And like I've had conversations with kids who say that. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, sussy? Tell me what you mean. Like, why are you saying that instead of another word? They're like, well, just, it's suspicious. I'm like, okay, what's so suspicious? How am I being mysterious to you right now? And it's just really frustrating, because I feel like we've tried so hard to like make these wins in society and like how we use language, because language can be very powerful. It can help define lots of different things. To like have it get stripped away because kids are like, let's find a new word to say these things. I'm like, because they're being turds. I don't like it. This is uneven, but I like this part of it. So we're gonna copy you. Cut this off. But yeah, that is like one of my least favorite things right now. And like, I haven't had like family members do it yet. Like if I heard my nephew do it, I'm gonna be like, bro, like for real. But I've heard a lot of kids that I've interacted with say that. I'm like, I thought we were doing better. It makes me grumpy. All right, one sparkle so far. Oh, let's undo that. Redo? Let's do this. Yes, I think this sparkle's gonna look good once I can get it to like actually do what I want it to do. Yeah, what program are you using for art and overlay? So for the art, I'm actually just using a website. It is pixelart.com, and I just made an account, and it's free, but like you can kind of see the ad kind of floating behind it, which makes it really awful to use sometimes because the ad is obnoxious. And I think they have like, you can pay a subscription to get rid of that. Get rid of the sparkles for sure. Awesome. Okay. So I will get rid of the flower. Goodbye, flower. But yeah, I use pixelart.com just because it was free and relatively easy to use. Once I get to a point where I can pay for better software, I'll use it. But this works okay for now. And then my overlay I actually made on Canva. Actually, let's fix that. Let's stretch you back out again. And then we're going to make a copy. Just gonna make a bunch of these. Oh, he looks deformed. Oh. He does not look good, Clawley. He does not look good, all shrunk. We gotta fix him. Gotta fix him up. Thank you. Yeah, if you check me out on poor baby Sparkle. Yeah, if you check me out on like on Instagram and stuff and on my Discord, I have posted like some assets that I've made. And I'm kind of going with this like sitting in your room playing video games kind of style for some of my chatting and like working on the computer stuff. It's kind of like my whole theme with it. So we're gonna take you, copy, and we will just put a whole bunch of these all over the place. Alright, how does that look? So now what we're gonna do is we are going to do this 1 foot at a time. Copy. And we're gonna rock this back. Now you don't have to unfollow. Yeah, great. So they are over too far to the right. So let's move it to the left a little. Just a little bit more. There we go. Like you could ever get rid of me. I know, right? Oh. I don't like that. Actually, let's use the line to kind of help guide where that's gonna be. So let's go back and let's use this to help me line that up. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Go back one more. Okay. So now we can get rid of this. Oh, come here. And we'll kind of just make it look like they are popping out of his feet. Yeah. Sparkle rocket boosters. Yeah, exactly. Oh no. Do this. Let's make you large. And let's just erase that one. There we go. You are way too excited about this, Clawley. Like, you're so hyped about these sparkles. I kind of love it, and I'm like, also, why? Why are you so excited about sparkles? Boop. And then boop. Just love sparkles. Hey, there is no judgment coming from me. I am just curious. I just want to learn and just understand. No judgment. I have 2 little girls, so like I live in sparkles all the time. Yeah, you should understand you're surrounded by girls. Yeah. 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 I do understand. It is something that I have I've come to live with. And honestly, like, I don't know if I could, like, it's not like I don't think I could handle having boys, just because I'm not really like a firm believer in like boys are so much different than girls. I'm like, I think there's some anatomical things that are different in how you address things, or in societal things on how you prep them for things, but other than that, I feel like they are just as applicable to each other. Alright, so now let's go and get the other foot. Too high. Oh, I love being a boy mom. My little guy's a cute little monster. Yeah. You know, and honestly, like, I have a nephew, and I've been around him since he was an infant. I have friends that are, you know, boy parents, so they have, you know, they have their kiddo, and I've interacted with them. Go back here and try this again. But, like, I don't know. I try to address a lot of the same things the same way. If that makes sense. How am I gonna do this? Let's do this. There we go. And I will just go back and fix the other one after. we're gonna go back and fix this all after, so don't yell at me. If you yell at me, it'll just make me not want to do it. It's like that the teenager mind. Like, I was gonna clean my room until you told me to clean my room. Now I'm not gonna clean my room. I have to tell my wife that sometimes. I'm like, I was totally gonna do this, but you just told me to do it, and now I don't want to do it. There we go. It gets me in so much trouble all the time. Oh, we actually don't need that here. Okay. We'll do those. Copy. And paste. There we go. Paste. Paste. And that'll be it for that one. What were we talking about before? I was talking about something. Oh, Clawley, you need to watch Umbrella Academy. It is super fun. It's on the Netflix, and it is a great time. Chat had to refresh. It was being wonky. There's a frame in here I did not mess with. Ah, there it is. There is a weird frame for Retro's foot. There it is, right there. I'm glad little Retro makes you happy. He makes me happy too. He's a lot of fun. There we go. Yeah, he's jumping. Look at that. He's got little sparkles and everything. So what's really cool about this this whole thing is that I can save this drawing in different ways. So I can save it as a pixel file, which this website takes, and then I can upload it back into it and then mess with each individual frame. Or I can save it as, you know, I can save each frame, or I could save the whole thing as separate PNG files, or I can save it as a GIF. If I do, then I need to like there's a lot of things that I could do with it. So yeah, it's super cool. Uh-oh. One of those. This one right here. Uh-oh. Something happened. That wasn't supposed to happen. These are off by one. Just move you guys down a little bit. Let's do this. Now let's see it. Much better. Q. Yeah, they definitely need to make it so you can use your arrow keys to move them. Yeah, there's a lot of improvements I would ask for them to make to this. One would be automatic, like, so if I exported this as a GIF, it's going to automatically put a white background to it. And that's a pain in the butt. Because then I have to use other like programs to remove the background of a GIF, which is a pain because it separates it out by frame and it doesn't do a great job at it. And because mine is very pixely and pixelated, it just doesn't look very good at the end. So yeah, so I've had to finagle things before by changing the different background colors that are more distinct than the colors that are in the actual image, and it just makes it really tough to use. So having transparent images or transparent backgrounds automatically for GIFs, I think would be a game changer. I think it would be great. Using arrow keys would be really good. Different ad system, like these ads that pop up in this corner, like when I'm not streaming with this and I have this full screen, this ad always goes in front of my frame and I have to like click the X button. But the thing is, when you click the X to close the ad, it will like if I have something selected that I'm moving around, it will then take the selection off and just click the X button. It won't let me have it remaining. It won't let it be it will not still be selected after I hit the X. It's like leaves it there and it just drives me nuts. Crazy how much work it took to make this tiny animation. Yeah. And this is because I'm using a mouse. Like if I had a drawing tablet, this would be way faster. I would probably be using different software and stuff too. What I want to get is an iPad and just Elgato has like a software you can capture like by Bluetooth and stuff. But I would or that or a Wacom tablet. So yeah, it's just one of the things. Once I get a drawing tablet, making animations will be way better. But this gives me a start and gives me a good foundation for the animation process, which is, yeah. This was 2 hours. 2 hours of talking and animating. And just to make this simple jump animation. And this is based, like, this first frame though, I didn't have to make. This is a frame that I pulled from my other animation. So this is with a foundation. It's longer doing it from scratch because I have to make this foundation. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the serotonin is flowing. Like, it makes me happy when I have, like, I like doing this because this is like success in a web page, because I can make something and make it fun, and it doesn't have to look perfect, and I'm not a perfectionist by any means, and I'm not a complete, like, I don't need to have everything, every minute little thing mapped out. So to me, this is just fun. But yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna end it though. I need to find someone to raid. We need to pass this gift along. Let's see, are there any other channels I'm following? Oh, hi, it's Kai. She's fun. She's playing some Minecraft. We're gonna go raid. Hi, it's Kai. She is a fast talker and a lot of fun. Yeah. Thank you, Claulie. Thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun for me too. If you guys want to hang out and hop over to Hi It's Kai, make sure you hit that raid button. But you could follow me at any of those social media pages that you see in the chat. All at mMrRetro. That's mMrRetro. That's 2 M's, 2 R's, ETRO. Check you guys out later. Thank you again. Hey Shauna, hey. Samate Fan 1 for the follow, and that Madison for the raid. Bye.